Did you know that two-thirds of new teachers can't find full-time work, and that part-timers make up to 70% of all college teachers?
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. Contract teachers and teaching assistants here at York University have decided to reject the school's latest contract offer. Contract workers at the university went on strike in 2015 for 85 days, the longest in Canadian university history.
Personally, as a graduate research assistant, having funding divorced from work contracts puts my job in jeopardy every year, and I'm never sure if I'll get rehired back again, which is stressful and a big problem. So hopefully we can get some job security.
For international students, it will affect them more because they're planning to leave, or people have jobs, and people have to graduate on time.
I was prepared for summer school, but now I don't know whether summer school is an option or not, because we might have an extended semester and it might mess up other people's options.
Of course, nobody wants to walk a picket line on Monday, but we have to because we really do not have a very good contract to work with this time.
Well, I'm quite disappointed that the university didn't go just a little bit further to make us a deal that we could accept.
Now here's Professor Paul Doherty from the University of Waterloo who will share his thoughts on the strike happening at York University.
York University, well, I actually know somebody who is a sessional professor at York, and he basically is saying that I think, and I'm just going by what he's saying, is the majority of the faculty, certainly in his department and in his faculty, are sessionals. And it sounds very unfair. There's people who've been sessionals for 20 years, and even sometimes term by term, certainly year by year, they have to go for renewal. And it's not a money issue, they're looking for security. So the real problem, I think, with sessionals, and certainly at York, is being treated differently than tenured profs, and security, and being paid less and doing more.
Now, let's get a first-hand perspective from a student who is currently at George Brown College in Toronto and hear experiences with her teachers.
So part-time teachers have to do a lot of running around in between schools. So they would say have to go from my campus to a different campus to a different campus to a different campus all in one day to meet the amount of hours and classes that they need to do, opposed to a full-time teacher would only have to stay at the same school. A lot of these teachers have amazing credentials and amazing backgrounds in their field, yet they're just not being really rewarded for it, as in getting a full-time position with benefits. They've worked their whole lives in getting where they are, and all they ask for is a little security and a little support from their jobs, yet I just felt George Brown kind of was more, they cared more about advancing the way the school looked, opposed to actually paying the teachers that are teaching the kids in the schools.
Let's go to Seneca College to hear a little bit about what the students have had to experience during the strike.
It was bad because I didn't really know what to do. Every time I tried to talk to someone, no one knew what was going to happen. They kept just giving the same generic response, being oh, well, things like this, they don't usually last, yada yada. Meanwhile, it kept going and going and going. And things with the term and all the work I put in, and people telling me that I could possibly have to do it all over again. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the first half was so hard, and I was stressing and working so hard on stuff, to actually do that over again, I'd have a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just crappy. And then with co-op, I worked so hard to get interviews for the co-op position, and I stressed so much and went to multiple interviews a day, just everywhere in Toronto, and then I didn't even know if I was going to still have a co-op in January, which was really scary. There was one of my close friends in my program, Terrence, and he's such a good guy, but he was just already so stressed, and with all this happening, I don't know, I feel really bad. I think he just kind of stopped talking to everyone for a bit because it stressed him out so much, and he was an international student too, so it's even harder on him because even more is on the line.
Yeah.
And he ended up just stopping and getting his money back. And I think he is back this term, which I'm happy about. I'm glad he stuck through it because I know it was a hard time for him, definitely.
Luckily, the students from the University of Waterloo did not have to experience the strike that happened to Ontario's college students. However, do we have to worry what those students went through? Could this possibly happen for University of Waterloo in the future? Here is Vivian to share her thoughts on the current and future prospects of employment for the University of Waterloo and the hurdles that come with it.
Asked whether I observed that there is an increasing of number of sessionals over the years and decreasing of full-time. Actually, at University of Waterloo, it's just the opposite. And I know university has a policy trying to increase the portion of full-time lecture versus the sessionals. However, there's many hurdles because of the budgets, and especially the budgets, and so with arts, and because to have a full-time position is you need to pay for the benefit, health insurance, and pension. Yearly salary, if you compare average cost for each class, actually for full-time lecturer is more expensive than sessional as well. So budget-wise, and it's kind of challenging for the university, even though their intention to increase the proportion. Of course, I believe in the future we will see more and full-time lecturers versus sessional lecturers at University of Waterloo.
Do you think education is paying the price?